Hi everyone, Tracy here with Happy Bubble Notes. We are going to go ahead and make one more card creation using these cute birds from the dollar store. Using the pink flamingo today, we've used the swan, we've used a peacock, and I'm actually going to show you all the card creations at the end that I made with this whole pack. I'm going to start out with my Tim Holtz watercolor cardstock, and I'm just going to go ahead and spray this up. This cardstock is 4.5 by 5.5 currently, and I'm going to actually cut it down to be 4 by 5. And I have a couple of the Hero Arts indigo and Asian inks, and I'm just going to pop those down, and there is no right or wrong reason on popping this down. I just want a nice blend of the blues and greens for a nice sky background to put our pink flamingo on there. So like as you can see, there's no great technique to this. It's just a matter of getting it down there, and then I'm going to go ahead and use the nice green shade and just add it to the blue just to give a little bit of a different color in there. It's a little hard to see on screen, but it is nicely blended in there with the blue. And then you just give it a little spray, and the colors kind of just blend together. Gives a nice soft watercolor look, and that's it. So simple. Just going to set it aside to dry. I went ahead and cut that down, and now I'm going to give you another option. I'm going to select one of these pastel blues from the Park Lane Pastel collection here, and just to show you, you don't actually have to ink anything up. You can make it even a little bit more simple and get the same great effect. So I went ahead and I'm going to cut this down as well to 4 by 5. Let's get started with our clouds. I went ahead and die cut some clouds off camera, and I just used some plain white cardstock and some shimmer. And I just want to give a little dimension. You can layer, and you do not even need die cuts. You can make your own cloud shapes, whatever you'd like. And as you can see, I'm just doing a little play around here to see what I'd like. And you can cut off the edges as well. I also went ahead and just die cut a couple circles for the sun. And I'm going to do the same technique using those waves for the water on the bottom. I also want to give a little dimension. And as you can see, I just did some cardstock in some bright blue and white. And on one of them, I put the white in the front. And on the other one, I went ahead and did the blue. So we're going to pop these down. I'm using a little bit of foam tape. My foam tape that I use, I actually get on Amazon, and it is a 1/4 inch roll by 50 feet. I buy them in a 2-pack, and I actually will probably start purchasing them in larger packs. So we have all of our foam tape up there on the back, and we're going to pop these down. Perfect. As you can see, it's just a little play around of what you'd like. There's no right or wrong. I just want a little dimension, make a nice sky, and anything hanging off the edge, we're just going to flip right over and just cut off those tails. We'll do that for both of the cards. As you can see, they're coming together nicely, making a nice location for our pink flamingo. And with the sun die cut, just so you know, I just used a small circle die cut, and the other one came with the clouds. So you could stack those up, or like I did, just do a circle in the center. You could just do one color. So with the foam tape, your card bases can get a little heavy, so I'm just giving a little bend to my card base there and trimming off all the edges, getting it ready for the rest of our design. We pop down our sun, and there's really no right or wrong. I am seeing where I want it. Do I want it under the clouds, in the clouds, by itself? So it's just a matter of just to play around to see what you prefer. And that seems to be good. We have the sun popping out of our clouds. Great. And as you can see, between the ink and the cardstock, there's not a lot of difference. It's just a matter of what you prefer. And I went ahead and put a little bit of foam squares on the back of my flamingo. They do actually come with a little sticky backing, but I just want to really make it a little bit stronger and make sure that our flamingo stays on there, especially since one of these are going to be going in the mail. As you can see, I'm just doing a twin version of it on the other side with just our solid pastel color. And sometimes these foam squares, just can't get that backing off. There you go, perfect. And the reason we did the dimension is so our flamingo can really just tuck behind there. I went ahead and just did a couple different sentiments. On the one, it is congratulations. And then the other one, I decided to just do a sentiment of big hugs. But really, you could do anything. You could do a thank you. This could be for a baby card. It could be a happy birthday. It's just so joyful and fun. You really could use it for anything. And so I go ahead and use my multi-medium matte glue, which is fantastic. It dries clear, it really adheres well. And I went ahead with the congrats there and did a couple layers. I did one in a black shimmer with a white background just to give it a shadow effect. And you could certainly just do one layer if you'd like. I just like a little bit of the dimension. And I did the same thing with the big hugs. Perfect. And this is actually going to be a baby card. It's for grandmother, and she just loves pink flamingos. Now I'm just having a little play around with my card bases of what I would like to put them on for the background. And I'm just trying a black, maybe a pink. I have a yellow striped over there, solid yellow. So whatever you like. And as you can see, I ended up with the black and the yellow striped, and I did one earlier that's just a solid yellow background. So they came out really, really nice and very similar. Now, this is just an added detail. I have a silver gel pen and just adding a little detail to the waves there at the bottom where our pink flamingo is housed. And you don't really have to do it, but it just adds a little bit of sparkle to the card. And as you can see, all the waves are a little bit different. So there is no right or wrong on how your waves or your clouds come out. But they all have a very similar effect. And I just went ahead and I experimented a little bit, adding a little silver gel sparkle to the flower on the pink flamingo. See how that comes out. And I decided I too like it, so I'm going to go ahead and continue on with that. And these are just added details. You certainly don't have to do this. Your card would look fantastic with or without it. But it just adds a little bit of shimmer and shine. And once you are here with me a little bit, you will notice I like a lot of shimmer and shine and sparkle. You could also add a little glossy accent as well. Now, besides the glossy accents, you can also add a few of the water droplets. And if you can see in the far right card, the smile card, I did go ahead and add a few of those clear water droplets on there. And it just adds a nice detail on there. Gives a little sheen and shimmer. So these are fantastic. Very, very cheerful. And let's bring in the other cards that we made. The rest of the bird pack. The only one I did not make was that owl up at the top. But there's our toucan. Came out very colorful. It's a nice thank you card. And we used our yellow parrot. Made a nice love card with washi tape and a few gemstones and a love die cut. And then we have our red parrot with some jungle background there. Something different, just kind of experimenting. And then there is the peacock from our last video. Very colorful. And lastly, we have our owl, Guess Who Loves You? And when you open it up, it says, I do. So those are the creations using the dollar store Birds of a Feather. And I went ahead and finished off the cards, each card with my Happy Bubble Note sticker. And flip it over, you can see the nice yellow stripe. And that is how I finish off my cards, with a sticker in the bottom center. Thank you for joining me today. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. Please subscribe, and I promise I will have more videos to come. We're going to move on from these dollar store birds, but sometimes when you get going on one pack, you just want to create all of them, and that's exactly what we did. So we have our flamingos, our peacock, our parrots. This was so much fun. And look at all the creations just with one dollar store pack. Thank you for joining me today. Hope to see you again next week.